Hi Aries. Let me reposition this. I feel like, okay, maybe not. Alright, I'm sorry y'all. I'm sorry. This is me trying to be a perfectionist. You know us. But this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. Yes, my Aries. However, whoever clicked on this video, you were meant to be here, and so I hope you hear all that you need at this time. And do subscribe before you leave. Why not? Doesn't hurt anybody. It's free. Mingle, grow, laugh, right? This is what this is for. But yeah, for this month I am only going to pick one card, which is already out, and I will get there in a second. But I feel like being guided to do it this way for the overly thematic readings is going to be more helpful, not just for me but for you guys watching, especially the newbies that are interested in astrology and learning them, right? Understanding the cards, what each one means. For the most part, all 12 zodiac signs have had a different card, except for Pisces and Aquarius, which go watch that video. But I did shuffle the cards for you guys, cut the deck and everything, and the card that came out for Aries was the Three of Coins. I'm hearing I am single and I am ready to mingle. The 3 is associated with Gemini's house, and you know Geminis, very extroverted individuals, can talk your ear off. That's all they want to do. Geminis and Libras, swear. Like, they always have something to say because they're always learning something, right? Very immersed in the culture and just in the environment, right? And so this may be you guys this month, very social, right? Wanting to be that social butterfly and going to these different networking type of events. That's what this is all about. Listening to different music, right? And having an appreciation for different cultures and doing that. You're no longer just listening to hip hop. Now you're into trance music, EDM, classic rock, if you will, like stuff like that, Zydeco music, whatever is of interest to you. But at the very least, you're just keeping a very open mind. Be able to like expand on what you already know and what you are accustomed to. This is breaking those social norms and getting out of your comfort zone with the Three of Coins. But again, for the singles, you're mingling, you're open, you're talking. But if you're in a relationship, or there's been a break of a relationship, this energy is going to come in as like, okay, now I'm at that point where I'm ready to talk. I can have a conversation and not come off as defensive, right? There is no ego, there is no red, right? No fire energy that's here. There is no pride. Great love is worth working on as well as worth waiting for. And so as long as you have that energy of wanting to be helpful, right? And to like be present and to not just be listening to have a response, because you're not looking to be right in this situation, right? With Gemini energy, they don't care about being right. They'll talk and convince you that they're right even if they're wrong, but at the end of the day, they still don't care. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really fucking matter. But you're not listening to be right, right? To have a response that is to be right, but you're listening for understanding, okay? Making sure that everybody's point is heard, going back and forth and coming to some sort of solution at the end of the day and having this conversation. So somebody may be reaching out to you, you may be reaching out to somebody. Bottom of the deck, though it is a singular card, you do have the Ten of Cups there. So this is a wish. This can be somebody that you have been hoping for that is coming in. It can be a totally new person, but the right person for you, because so much has been wrong in other partnerships. But at the end of the day, again, you've just accumulated knowledge. They were all lessons. And so now you should go into this without having that baggage, right, of old past relationships that didn't work out, and not looking at it like, oh, I wish I would have never wasted my time on that guy or that girl. I could have done things completely differently, okay, but you would have been in a different situation. You know what I'm saying? You could have been in another karmic situation that wasn't going to work out. Everything happened according to plan by way of the universe. So it's not looking at it like that, but like, okay, like I appreciate what that taught me, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm a good person. I know what it is that I have to offer, right? Also, I'm looking for a provider. I'm looking for somebody that is supportive with this energy. This is very supportive, helpful energy with the threes. I know I'm looking for somebody that can also become a family man that wants the same things that I have, that we have shared common interests here and values and morals, and there is a certain level of respect here, right? Off bat. It's not something that you have to try to drag out of the person. when a person is serious about you, they will make it known through their actions, okay? It's not just going to be talk. There's plans involved, right? There's goals in mind. But again, this is helpful energy. So both of you guys are working towards those goals together, right? Collaborative effort. And it's going to feel refreshing. There's a state of bliss that you guys will come into in the month of May, which is nice, especially for those of you guys that have been taking L's, really, right? You know, you've been taking hits. You haven't really been doing well. Work is looking really good as well if you guys are going to be more concerned about making money instead of being involved in love relationships. This is like talks of promotion and how you can, you know, because you have that momentum that has been building. You have the steam, you have the support, you have the team, especially if you are doing things that are more creative and creative projects. You have built a really solid, there we go, team who is very serious about what it is that you're doing. They understand the vision. They understand their roles. You know, they accept them as they are. There isn't any sort of conflict with what everybody has to do. Who's the CFO? Who's just the like marketing assistant? Who is in inventory? I'm not sure what you're doing, but there isn't like that sense of jealousy or competition. If so, it's like healthy competition, but that sense of like, oh, I'm competing for their spot, or oh, they don't deserve that in what they're doing. There's no sense of that. There's a very good, like, even keel sense of peace and ease with what you're doing. Money can be looking good with this 10 of Cups that's at the bottom of the deck that I keep peeking at. So it can be like miracles. So you may be finding money on the street or something like that, like $100, what have you. That's nice. Pocket that, invest that. You know, don't be foolish with the money. Making smart choices is also what I'm hearing with this 3 of Coins energy, continuing to do that. Some of you guys are getting prepared for a move, right? You're cleaning things up in this 3 of Coins to move into the 4. Which is all about like home and stability. So you're getting all of your ducks in a row in that sense, and you're preparing for that next phase of your life, which is like bringing some sense of excitement, like anticipation, like you can't wait. This is something that you have been waiting on, and the time has finally come, is what I'm hearing. So you're doing those things. But again, back to those miracles, you can be taking on little side jobs, you know what I'm saying? Doing things like brand ambassador work, or finding people that kind of want to sponsor you in some way, and it's like paid, or having like paid internships, or just doing other things and involving yourself in other tasks that do have some sort of like revenue attached to them, so you're able to make some money on the side. Maybe your business is growing and now other people are like recommending you to be sought out, you know. This is gaining popularity in that way with this Gemini energy. So if you have an Instagram, you know, your numbers are starting to increase. Other people are starting to be curious about what it is that you're doing, and maybe wanting to be involved in some way, right? Either by support, like being a fan and just, you know, expressing that what you're doing creatively, or just what you're doing professionally. It's what is that called? It's well respected. You know, they admire what you're doing, that sort of thing, because this can be very positive reinforcement. And I'm not sure of that word. It's not coming to mind, and I'm done with trying to be a perfectionist and always have my shit together. I don't know what it is, but I hope you guys can feel it. But it's getting that from other people. This is also working on positive self-talk and those affirmations, being able to finally see some of these things and hold them, right? Some of the things that you have been writing down, some of the goals that you have been making over the past 3 months, over the past 3 years, you're starting to see them actualize, and again, they're more tangible in aspect, and that can be exciting in itself. It doesn't matter if all you've done was apply for a business license, like you're a step further than you were 3 months ago. You've been able to grow into that next phase in that sense. With the 3s though, be careful. Although I don't get that in this deck alone with this card, somebody can be like juggling options. So just be careful if you are single or you are talking to somebody, that you have a specific definition for what talking means. Are you guys exclusively just talking to each other, or are you still kind of wanting to play the field? Again, you know, I'm single, I'm ready to mingle, I'm single, I'm not obligated, or I've never made or expressed that commitment. you know, and wanting to have something a little bit more serious. So making sure that you're having those honest conversations so you know what it is that you're getting into before you get in the mix. And then this three of coins turns into the three of swords, you know what I'm saying, because there was a misunderstanding. So again, being able and willing and open enough to not be confrontational this month, right? You're not coming from an aggressive space. You're just coming from a place of wanting to understand, like, okay, making sure that people mean what they say also this month, that nobody's playing with your boundaries. But be careful, because if you are dealing with an earth sign, or you are dealing by association with the number 3 with a Gemini, they can be known to be the player types stereotypically. So just making sure you're dotting your I's and you're crossing your T's, again, with all of that, making sure you're doing that with other people, that you're not misleading them by wanting to be a little bit more playful and flirtatious, and or just by holding conversations that nobody else is going to take it the wrong way, that type of thing. But again, this can be an earth sign that is also wanting to come in and like tell you something. They have something that they're wanting to offer you. Maybe they haven't quite articulated it yet, but they've been like kind of testing. I don't want to say the limits, because then that's like crossing a boundary, and we're not allowing that this month, in the month of May, right? But they're just like testing the waters with you, with this Cups energy that's at the bottom, right? And having these small little tidbits of conversation, like, okay, like baiting in a way, like, okay, they were receptive to this, they're talking to me about this, okay, let me take it a little bit further, let me see if this will work, and kind of trying to ease their way into like asking you on a date. That can be that Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn this month. But just have fun at the very least with this energy. It's very positive. Making sure that you're working on your self-esteem, especially if you're single, if you've just gotten out of a relationship, if you will. Not necessarily seeing that. I'm seeing it more with you going into something that is long-term, you know, that is committal, that is leading up to that altar, you know. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Very much that energy. I feel like you guys are leading up into that, and it's been a long time coming, you know what I'm saying? But you're surrendering to that bachelorette lifestyle, because at the end of the day, that you don't want to lose a good person. You only get but so many in this lifetime, right? So you're not trying to miss out on opportunities of love. When somebody sees you and they see that in you, they're not going to like F it up. Again, they're going to be taking it a little bit more seriously, or there's energy there for that. Just pay attention, you know, just be aware with the coin's energy, be present, and be like really more observant. Okay, don't just listen to the words and what may sound good. See what they do to back it up. All right. But yeah, again, just make sure that your self-esteem is good. I feel like it's coming to an all-time high. Despite any challenges you may go through in this month, you're going to be exercising your versatility, your ability to be versatile when conflicts or challenges do arise, and it's going to work to your benefit really well, right? But outside of that, just be willing to explore sexuality or your sensuality, tapping into your godlike or goddess power, and your ability to really bear fruit. Some of you guys are really seeing, again, things that have been planted. There's been sprouting. My intention that I have set personally for the month of May is to bloom much like the flowers in the springtime, right? And so some of you guys are really going to be blooming this month, and it's really a sight to see. Okay. So that's what's coming through for you guys. If this reading did resonate, you know, give me that good old thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Do subscribe for more, as well as hit me up in my email, which I will leave here as well as in the description box for you guys. The readings start as low as $10 for a 3-card spread, and then they just go up from there depending on what it is that you're personally needing at this time and how many other people you need me to read for. And as that takes more energy, I require a little bit more monetarily as that even exchange. But yeah, if you don't reach out to me, you know, no harm, no foul. I don't take offense to that. But if you don't reach out and I don't hear from you in the comment section, then just take care of yourself until you hear from me again, okay? Enjoy May.